Good morning, all of you. You are warmly welcome to our English class today. This is the very first time we are doing a class like this. So let's take the maximum benefit of this. I have already asked you to read the lesson first and write the answers for the first activity. Our first lesson is on the top of the world, Unit 9. Did you read the text? And answer the questions. How can I get answers? Yes, now let's see. Can I have the exercise on this phone? Right, look at this. Pasindu comes to school early. What did you write for that? Look at this. Pasindu always come to school early. The second one, Pasindu rarely gets absent. Next one, Pasindu never stays in bed later than 6:30 a.m. Pasindu often listens to music. Next one is Pasindu usually watches English movies. Pasindu sometimes watches good Hindi movies. I think this is very easy because we have to just read the lesson and write the answers on the blanks. So it's very easy activity. I think you all have done it. Now I'm going to write them. Now children, did you notice these words? Always, rarely, never, often, usually and sometimes. What are they? They are called adverbs. Adverbs means, usually what does the adverbs do? Adverbs describe verbs. But these adverbs are called a special name. They are called the adverb of frequency. They say or describe how often something happens. So we can understand the number of times that something happens, right? Usually they place in front of the main verb. Let's take an example. She always speaks English. And now look at this sentence. She always speaks English. So always is an adverb here. Adverb of frequency. Speaks is a main verb. So it usually comes before the main verb. Adverbs such as once and twice will go to the end of the sentence. Let's take an example. We have a prize giving. Once and year. Right? Once and year goes at the end of the sentence. Another one. We have to go to school twice a week. Twice a week comes at the end. Right? Let's take the answers. First of all, we'll get the meaning of these words. Always, usually, never, sometimes, rarely. Again, always, usually, never, sometimes, and rarely. Here are the meanings of them. Generally, not often, all times, now and then, not at any time. Right? Now, can you say the meaning of always? And usually, never, sometimes, and rarely. Always, all times. The meaning of always is all times. Usually, generally. Something happens generally. Never, something does not happen. Can you guess this? Not at any time. Does not happen any time. Sometimes, now and then. Something happens now and then. Called sometimes. Rarely, not often. Something doesn't happen often. Right? Now let's watch a video. You can understand properly. also can write them. It is in the workbook.
Adverbs of frequency. An adverb of frequency tells us how often something takes place. %, always. I always wake up at 6 o'clock. %, usually. I usually come home after work. Normally, generally. I normally swim after school. Often, frequently. I often spend Christmas with friends. Sometimes. I sometimes play tennis on the weekend. Occasionally. I occasionally eat Vietnamese food. Seldom. I seldom go to the library. Rarely. I rarely listen to the radio. Never. I never listen to rock music.
Let's see more examples in your book. Mr. Pereira usually goes to work by bus. Chatura always gets up before 5:30 a.m. I never lie to my parents. Netmi often says after school for badminton practice. Do you sometimes feel lonely? The garbage truck comes once a week. Now I think you have gained good knowledge of adverbs of frequency and the meaning of these words, right? Then let's take some words and write the sentences. You have to construct the sentences after understanding the meanings of the words, adverbs of frequency. Let's take the word always first. Always. Can you give an example? Example sentence? use pedestrian crossing. To cross the road. Second one, my mother always helps me to do my homework. Now write down these sentences in your books. Then construct another two sentences with this word, with always. Write down. I always use pedestrian crossing to cross the road. Full stop. My mother always helped me to do my homework.
sentences to
Here there's a spelling mistake of homeworks. It's a printing mistake. Homework, it should be homework, Honework. Not homeworks. We don't say homeworks, we say homework. Honework only, not es. Now construct another two sentences by yourself, right? Next one, number 2, really. I rarely see him. Orchids rarely bloom. Write them on your books. It's here. Look at the board. I really see you. The dog it really blooms. Something does not happen always, means rarely. Finish? Can you finish writing? Now, next one, never. She never tells lies. We never late for the bus. I never eat beef. There are so many sentences you can write. Next word, often. Always. Occasionally. Same meaning. I often watch TV at night. My brother often plays games on the phone. My father often reads newspapers. My father often reads newspapers. Next one, sometimes. We sometimes eat bread at night. I sometimes feel lazy when I am at home. Usually. I usually drink tea. Usually goes to the market on Saturdays. Here it should come is Saturdays. Because usually it happens, so it is Saturdays and S should be big. It means that day. your textbook, page 100. And you can see the activity 9.3. There are some pictures of a boy. You can see some words. It means adverbs of frequency. Always, usually, often, never, sometimes, and rarely. So you can look at the pictures and make sentences. First one is done for you. Suresh always helps his mother. Then you are asked to construct another sentence with usually. But usually, Suresh does. Suresh always helps his mother. That is the first one. Second one, usually. Now, can you make a sentence for usually? Another set of pictures. Look at this picture and make a sentence.
You didn't see the pictures.
Usually, what does he do usually? He usually plays with his friends. Second one, often. He often reads books. Next one, never. Never. He never goes picnics. Or he never gets absent. Okay? You can write any sentence. Next one, sometimes. He sometimes reads books with his sister. He sometimes reads books with his sister. He rarely. He rarely eats bread. He rarely eats bread. Or he rarely drinks milk. Now let's go to another part. That is your workbook. Page number 73. Activity number 3. Let's do it first. Then do the other one. Activity number 3. That is in page number 73. You are asked to read a circle, whether it is true or false. I always go to the park on Saturdays because it relaxes my mind. I usually go with my friends, but sometimes I go by myself. I always take something to eat there. There are lots of popcorn sellers, but I never buy popcorn because I don't like it. However, one of my friends usually buys it whenever she comes with me. Number 1, I go to the park on Saturdays. Is it true or false? That is true. I rarely go with my friends. True, false. False. Answer is false. I usually go alone. That also false. I do not buy popcorn. That is true. A friend of mine never buys it. That is false. And now let's go to the activity number 2. Put the words in order to make meaningful sentences. Number 1. Suresh's pet dog often sleeps under his bed. Lahir never feels bored in Kamal's company. You have to type the second sentence like this. Number 2. Bored. Write this down. Lahir, because one word is lacking there. Never in feels company comes. Lahiru will come at first. Lahiru never feels.
and page number කියන්නකො book එකේ page number එක book එකේ
Page number 72. Page number 72 in the Bible. Shall I write it? Number 72. The words are jumbled. You have to correct them in the correct order. You have to write them in the correct order. Lahiru never feels bored in Kamal's company. Number 3. Minuri always brushes her teeth 3 times a day. What time do you usually go to bed? My grandfather rarely buys weekends newspaper. My grandfather rarely buys a weekend's newspaper.
and මේකට answers දෙන්න ගන්න එකසේ ගන්න කියන්න කාගේ හරි ඔතන නමක් කියන්න කියලා මම වන්නේත් කරා
No, Lakshmi, can you tell me a sentence? For any adverb of frequency we learned? Lihini, Kimuta, Kumari, can you hear me? Please unmute your speakers and.
Yes, madam, I can hear.
Okay. Can you make a sentence with always? Can you make sentence with another? If you like, you can use another word.
Ahuna na, madam.
Can you make a sentence with always?
I always come to school early.
Very good. I always come to school early. Very good. Another one for really? Milan. Milan, can you hear me? Oh, Mitni Bandara. Mitni Bandara. Unmute your speakers, I tell you. Please unmute your speaker. Neha. Or any volunteer? Anyone can tell the answer. Yes, audience. Make a sentence. Often. I give another word. Often. Kamadi. Make a sentence with often. Panchali. Tabasala.
I often read books.
Usually. Usually.
I usually watch TV. I usually watch cartoons on TV with my sister.
With my sister. Good. Sometimes.
I sometimes plant flower plants
In my garden.
in my garden.
Good. I sometimes
Plant
grow or plant flowers in my garden. Next, shall I give you some exercises? And now write down these exercises. My brother reads books at night. He is a good reader. My brother reads books at night. He is a good reader. There are three answers. You have to choose the appropriate one, right? Usually, never. Write down these sentences. Sometimes. What is the correct one? Choose it. My brother reads books at night. He is a good reader. Get the meaning of the sentence and choose the correct answer. Usually, never, sometimes. My brother is a good reader. So he should read books usually. My brother usually reads books because he is a good reader. His habit is reading. Therefore, he must usually read books. Number 2, I Madam, can you please read? Eat. Blank here, I, because we have to put the adverb of frequency there. I then eat junk food. What are junk food? Junk food. What are they? What kind of food are they? Instant food, junk food. I know it is unhealthy. I eat junk food. I know it is unhealthy. So what should I do? Should I eat it usually? Or never? Often. Yes. What is the answer? I never, because it is unhealthy. I never eat junk food. It is unhealthy. And number 3. I twice a week. Go there. Rarely. Often. Never. I go to the library twice a week. I plan go there. Rarely, often, or never. What is the answer?
Rarely. Often.
Twice a week. I go there twice a week. Yeah. I often go there. Husband. Finishes his work. Early. Because he is a clever boy. He is clever in his studies. So, Hasan finishes his work early because he is a clever boy. Never. Here are the answers. Answers. Never. Usually. Rarely. The answer should be usually because he is a clever boy. So he should finish his work early. Number 5. My sister watches cartoons she is cartoons. My sister watches cartoons. She is interested in cartoons. Here are the answers. Often, sometimes, rarely. What is the answer here? My sister watches cartoons. She is interested in cartoons. So she liked it very much. Therefore, she must
चेक कर लेते हैं उत्तर क्या थे चेक कर लेते हैं लगा उत्तर क्या
My sister often watches cartoons because she is interested in cartoons. Madam, can you clean the pot? Number 5. For lunch. We do not eat regularly. We eat noodles for lunch. We do not eat it regularly. Answers are here. Often, sometimes, always. What is the answer? We eat noodles for lunch. We do not eat it regularly. Sometimes. Sometimes means not regularly, not always. Next one. 2 and 2. 2 make here there should be a blank between 2 and make. 2 and 2 blank make 4. Here's an universal truth. 2 and 2 make 4. Rarely, always, sometimes. How can it happen? 2 and 2 rarely make 4, or 2 and 2 always make 4. 2 and 2 sometimes make 4. Always 2 and 2 always make 4. Right. You are having another activities, but the time is not enough to do all the things. At home, you can do these ones. Activity 9.5, it's a speaking activity, but you can do it as a writing activity. Right? Next one also, activity number 9.5, write a paragraph about yourself or one of your family members using as many adverbs of frequency as you can. You can find out other adverbs of frequency from books and magazines, and you can write a description of any person you like. Right? That is our final activity. This is our, we have come to the end of the class today. Again, we hope to meet you again one day. Before that, we'll make you know about the time and the day. So, thank you very much for the participation and your cooperation. Good